interception. This is one of the best interceptions you're going to see. This is live football, boys. What do we think?
Oh, danger right there.
Wow. Bart, can you do that?
Quit playing. You know I can do that, Mike. That's why you gave that cheese on my taco.
A lot of cheese. That's a lefty grab, too. Jeff Darlington, this is spectacular.
That is spectacular. That is unbelievable. Get that
Mike T, sign him up, Mike.
And it survives the ground.
Well, that's always big. Of course, you got to. In the CFL, does this survive the ground stuff matter?
That really is unbelievable.
You got 20 yards in the end zone.
Look at this catch. So apparently, if you Google it, he went to Robert Morris College. He had an interception in college against Utah State that almost rivals this. So this is a special player. There's no question about that. But that was a special highlight there for you. Time for some mic drops.
Mike
Shannon, Mom. All right. How about that picture? Look at that. Dropping the mic. All right. So, Mike T, your first mic drop is about the Chiefs.
The Kansas City Chiefs, Al, will be dramatically better on offense. They got Josh Simmons, who would have been a top 10 left tackle had he been healthy. When you think about air yards last year, Patrick Mahomes was 30th. With Xavier Worthy, a healthy Hollywood Brown, and when Rashee Rice comes back from suspension, this team will be explosive. They will be a lot better on that side of the ball.
Chiefs being an explosive offense. Shocking. Your next one is about a team that could surprise some people in the NFC. Who's this team?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We don't talk about them enough. Over the last 2 years, Baker Mayfield has led the NFL with 69 TD passes, and Hembo stats unbelievable. 51 of them were in 11 personnel. Bart, that's 3 wide receivers. And when you think about Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and Emeka Egbuka, this offense could be even better. I think we're sleeping on Tampa Bay, and in particular, their offense.
Baker Mayfield, a top 10 quarterback, perhaps.
Yes,
Last one, Mike T. A rookie quarterback that should get the start for their team would be?
Guys, Shedeur Sanders, this is a no-brainer.
Really?
Wait, Jeff, I want you to take some copious notes here. Since 2000, there's only been 6 quarterbacks start a game under 6 feet tall. That's Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Bryce Young, P.J. Walker, Senator Wallace, and Doug Flutie. Exactly. So to me, even though Dylan Gabriel won in the 3rd round, I would start Shedeur Sanders, let him fight it out on the field. But to me, Shedeur Sanders has the better pro body and more of an upside.
I promise everybody this is about to get really good. But first, you got to hear this. At camp, Shedeur was asked why he isn't getting any first-team reps, and this was his response.
Why aren't you getting any reps with the ones at any point?
I don't think that's not my place, to answer, to even be able to give the answer to that. I feel like it's not in my control. So I'm not even gonna think about that or have that even in my thought process of why it is. Like, there's a lot of people that wanna have the opportunity to be at this level, and I'm here and I'm thankful to have the opportunity. So whenever that is, it is.
So Jeff was
What a
pounding his
mature
head.
response.
It was actually very
A
impressive.
mature human.
Great answer.
Yeah, no, he's certainly ready for this part of it, but you were just pounding your head on the desk after Mike was talking about how he should start. But before we get into that debate, what are you hearing, or are you hearing anything about that Browns quarterback competition? Because there's a lot of guys in that room.
Yeah, just to kind of give you an understanding of where things are at right now. By the way, some news to this, Kenny Pickett dealing with a hamstring issue that actually could open this up and settle this debate right now, because to this point, Joe Flacco has been getting the first-team reps. Kenny Pickett also getting some of those. The rookie's really not getting much in terms of first-team reps at all. Shedeur Sanders getting some second-team reps, but I think the concern here is that Shedeur Sanders is not getting all the first-team reps. Why isn't he the starting quarterback yet? I mean, why would he not be the starting quarterback, Alan?
So, look, if we
Mike believes he should be,
and here's why.
Despite the fact that he was taken in the 15th round.
No, here's why, guys. If the 4 of us were running the Cleveland Browns, we have 2 first-round picks next year. We have Jacksonville and ours.
Yep.
And if I'm Andrew Berry, the GM, I'm looking at Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur and saying, hey, don't make me draft a quarterback. Do everything you can this year to prove we have our starting quarterback. Dylan Gabriel was an unbelievable college player. That's why he won in the 3rd round. But as I just mentioned, a height-deficient quarterback over 25 years, that is a lot of data to show it's hard to be an effective starter when you're sub 6 feet tall. Joe Flacco is a great bridge quarterback.
Look at these two together right now, by the way.
Yeah.
It looks like father and son.
No, it looks like twins.
Like, I understand.
And-
The movie twins.
And
now, Flacco's 6'5", 6'6", right, Bart? But
Yeah.
like, Gabriel looks small right there.
Yeah, you were. Last year you were worried about Jayden Daniels and his ability to take a hit. You worry about Gabriel as well, taking hits from NFL players.
But how much, just on the Shedeur Sanders stuff, should he be getting some first team reps.
No, I want him pissed off. I want him upset. I want him motivated. I want him to feel slighted. I think this thing will work itself out when you consider the fact that Kenny Pickett, I think, is probably a candidate to be traded for somebody. I mean, I can see Kenny Pickett maybe getting traded to go down to Tennessee to try and give them a good backup or somebody that can back up Ward. But, you know, I want Shedeur Sanders to sit back, but it's up to Gabriel or Shedeur to be able to prove that they can be a quality backup first. You know, this thing will work itself out when preseason comes. Flacco's an older quarterback. He's not going to play those games. It's going to play itself out on the field. Let's see when the lights come on who can perform, who can play at a high level.
My only contention here with Mike T is that you were suggesting that you think that Shedeur Sanders should get first-team reps over Dillon Gabriel right now.
No, what I'm saying is when they battle it out, he is the better player.
Oh, you think that he'll just win the job?
Yes.
But who should get those first-team reps?
It should be decided on the field. They should both get them. But to me, in no short.
But quarterbacks, can you do that with 4 quarterbacks?
I don't need Joe Flacco to take a lot of reps. I know what he is. He's a bridge quarterback. Kenny Pickett's already hurt. I would throw Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur out there, and to me, in pretty short order, Shedeur would win the job.
Well, that's where it's going to take place. It's going to take place in the preseason games because now people treat the inter squad practices as their preparation for their starters. So we'll see them, you know, on game day. We'll see them battle it out, and we'll see who, you know, the cream rises to the top.
And I think that's the thing for me. It's going to unveil itself. Like, we don't need to force feed Shedeur Sanders to everybody. I actually think that his response was the most mature thing that I've heard anybody say about Shedeur Sanders.
He said all the right things.
And it's not apples to apples, but if you go back, remember, Kirk Cousins was the 4th-round pick. RG3 was the 1st-round pick. Kirk Cousins just outplayed RG3 and got the job.
I'm just trying to defend hype-deficient people against
sitting next to Joe Flacco, broadcasters.
Yeah, I can't really defend any height-deficient people here at all.
The voiceless.
Sitting down next to Bart right now, his wallet's much bigger than mine. He probably looks bigger than me. How about we get to some eye candy? Speaking of Bart Scott, he's eye candy. From the Tennessee Titans, Cam Ward to Taylor. You know why? Because he can thread the needle. Look at this pass to Tyler Lockett.
I like that.
Ooh, in camp. What do we think? You guys are so caught up in my...
He's going to be the man. First of all, great line. He's going to be the man. I'm telling you. Cam Ward has it all, dude. This guy just has an aura about him. It's a quiet confidence. Bart, don't look at me like that.
I've seen it all before. Everybody looks good. And they get punched in the face.
And a very good offensive line. I agree with Jeff. They signed Dan Moore, moved J.C. Latham to the right side. They're going to surprise teams this year.
I mean, they're in a weak division, so I mean, it's
not
a high bar.
He's forced to start. He's forced to start now.
Number 1 overall pick, right? Number 1 overall pick.
Can he have success?
In that division, yes. I think, but how do we measure success? What is success? Is success 8 wins? Is success, you know, looking like they have a future so they can, you know, build around him going forward? I think Calvin Ridley is a start. I love the fact that, you know, our friend Bill Callahan is there. We know that offensive line is going to know how to run the football. They're going to know how to take on pressure. But can that defense hold up? And what type of personality is this team going to have? Because I don't know what their identity truly is yet.
I hate the idea of what I'm about to say in some ways because C.J. Stroud and Jayden Daniels set a standard for rookie quarterbacks that I don't think we should have.
Great point.
But Cam Ward reminds me in a lot of ways of Jayden Daniels. I know I shouldn't say that. I say it from the standpoint that he's walking in there. I was around the Titans. I was in that building. I was with the coaches. I was with Cam Ward. This dude is going to get the respect of the veterans in a way that Jayden Daniels does. He's got all of the intangibles and the pieces. It's so hard to be on side with Bart Scott because he just.
It's like, how can you not have the respect? Will Levis was your quarterback last year. Anything's better than that.
I just think Cam Ward's got it.
And quickly, Mike T, there's one thing that you love about the Titans that'll give Cam Ward the reason to have success this year.
Chào mừng các bạn đã đến với kênh YouTube của mình. Video ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục đi tô màu để gửi tặng đến các bạn, để cho các bạn có những phút giây thư giãn thật là tuyệt vời. Và để làm được video này, để làm được video tô màu thì mình cần chuẩn bị những dụng cụ như sau. Đây là những dụng cụ mình chuẩn bị sẵn. Đây là những bản photo mình chuẩn bị để mình tô màu. Đây là điện thoại để mình quay video và đây là bút sáp màu. Các bạn theo dõi video của mình thì hãy ấn like và đăng ký kênh để ủng hộ mình nhé. Cảm ơn các bạn rất là nhiều.
Xin chào các bạn, hôm nay mình sẽ tô màu. Bây giờ mình sẽ tô màu cho các bạn xem.